The Eufaula Fire Department biweekly report for August 1st through the 5th, 2013. We had a total of a relatively busy weekend. Had 16 incidents, with the majority of those, of course, being EMS in nature. We had 12 EMS calls. We had one vehicle accident with injuries. The injuries were minor, but they were transported to the hospital just more for observation than anything else. We had 2 public service calls, and we had a smoke detector activation with no fire. It was just an unintentional activation of a smoke detector. One of the things that we're starting this week, they're doing an aerial apparatus class that's starting at the fire department this week. So that's why Desley's not here today, because he's got training going on. Started this morning, and that's pretty much it.
On the aerial, I assume that's a big ladder truck.
Right, the big ladder truck.
And that thing's pretty complicated to operate.
It can be, yes. Now, believe it or not, the actual aerial certification class, a lot of it revolves strictly around maintenance, cleaning, checking the truck off, making sure the minimum required stuff is on the vehicle. The actual operation, yeah, that can get fairly technical on that.
Sure, the chorus, my name is Lucky, and the reason they calls me Lucky is cause I got all of this money. And the reason I got all of this money is because I sells me gold on Dale Road.
Sell your gold on Dale Road. Sell your gold on Dale Road. Mr. Pond buys gold on Dale Road. Mr. Pond buys gold on Dale Road. Sell your gold on Dale Road. Sell your gold on Dale Road.
How often do you have to use this truck?
We don't have to use it that often. It's one of those pieces of apparatus that's kind of unique. I've been with the fire department 20 years, and to sit here and say there are times it would have been wonderful to have, you know, but we may need it 5 times in the next week. We may not need it 1 time in 6 months. You know, it's just one of those unique pieces of apparatus. It just depends on the situation. It's, you know, it's stationed at Central Station, so in the downtown area where we have our taller buildings, those are the areas that you're really going to be looking at it. Search and rescue, your tall buildings, and of course your large warehouse type like a Walmart or a large mercantile type business is where they really come in handy.
What's the highest it will extend?
Well, it's a 110-foot stick, what we call a stick. It's strictly a ladder, doesn't have a platform on it, but now it does have a hose or a nozzle on the end of it that we can spray water out of, and we can remotely access that. That being said, you can't go 100 foot straight up because of the angle of operation. You can't exceed over like 75 degrees. So theoretically, a 3-story building is about as tall as that apparatus will go.
It was the craziest thing. I was just driving along, and this squirrel came out of nowhere. Wow. The good news is, Alpha has the largest customer service team in Alabama. So you'll be dealing with people here, not all over the country. Awesome. Really not a scratch on it. You are lucky.
For a plan built just for you, contact Keith Bryan in Eufaula.
I'm Detective Brown. This is our police report for the period of August 1st through August 5th. During that time period, we had a total of 11 arrests, 1 traffic arrest for pedestrian under the influence. We had 2 domestic violence arrests, 1 for disorderly conduct, 1 for resisting arrest, 1 for DUI, 1 for criminal trespass, 1 falsely reporting an incident, 1 for loitering, and 1 for possession of drug paraphernalia. On our felony arrest, we had 1 for possession of controlled substance. Incident offense report includes an all-lawful breaking and entering of a motor vehicle and theft of property third that occurred on West Washington Street. We had a burglary third and a theft of property second that occurred on Beach Drive. We had a theft of property second and a fraudulent use of a debit card that occurred on South Eufaula Avenue. We had an information report done on North Orange Avenue. We had a theft of property third involving a juvenile that occurred on Lucky Lane. We had a failure to pay for gasoline on South Eufaula Avenue. There was a theft of property third on South Eufaula Avenue. possession of drug paraphernalia and possession of a controlled substance in the area of Circle K South. We had a domestic violence third that occurred on Highway 82. I believe that involved boyfriend and girlfriend. Had a domestic violence third also occurred, another one on Highway 80. Well, this is a continuation of the same one that happened on Highway 82.
Sure, the Clarice by name is Lucky, and the reason they calls me Lucky is cause I got all of this money. And the reason I got all of this money is because I sells me gold on Dale Road.
Sell your gold on Dale Road. Sell your gold on Dale Road. Mr. Pond buys gold on Dale Road. Mr. Pond buys gold on Dale Road. Sell your gold on Dale Road. Sell your gold on Dale Road.
Theft of property third that occurred on East Washington Street. Had a duty to give information that was on the SARHA parking lot. SARHA, that's the Southeast Alabama Rural Health. Okay.
It's like a, I guess like a leaving the scene of an accident.
Pretty much, yeah. Criminal mischief third that occurred on Highway 30. Harassment occurred on South Eufaula Avenue. On our arrest report, being the arrest of an Andre Cunningham for domestic violence third. Arrest of Brittany Evans for domestic violence third. And the arrest of April Hutto. This was for driving under the influence. The arrest of Kendra Anderson. This was for falsely reporting an incident. And we had the arrest of, make sure I get his birthday right, Christopher Lamar Williams for pedestrian under the influence. And the arrest of Linda Coates for possession of drug paraphernalia and possession of a controlled substance. This is an arrest of a juvenile for loitering. And we had arrest of Jeremy McNair for resisting arrest, disorderly conduct, and criminal trespass third.
It was the craziest thing.
See, my wife's a flincher. It's okay. The one time I could have used a heads up,
Bam. I was putting on lipstick.
The good news is, Alpha has the largest customer service team in Alabama. So you'll be dealing with people here, not all over the country.
Oh, sorry.
For a plan built just for you, contact Keith Bryan in Eufaula.